Howdy fellers, today I want to talk about International Harvester stuff. So, the title of this is going to be The Valve Train Issue Solved, and I want to show you this. This is not a Ford, this is an International Harvester 392 cubic inch V8, and they're almost identical to the 345 and very similar to the 304. They all share a very comparable architecture, but you'll notice that these do not look like stock rockers, do they? So here is a factory rocker arm for this engine. It uses what's called a ball and cup style push rod. As you can see, there's the ball, there's the cup. And these are stamped sheet metal with little tips on either side for the push rod and the valve, and they're non-adjustable, got a little bronze bushing in there. And when they get old and a little bit worn, then they just chatter like a son of a gun, especially, you know, when you got something like this. Here's a factory rocker shaft, and I got, you know, 194,000 out of this, but as you can see, there is some really bad wear and tear. Now, I don't know if you could do this. It might be possible to plug these oil holes, re-drill them, and then just basically flip this thing upside down. If you're dirt poor and you're trying to solve the valve train chatter, that might work. I haven't tested it myself, but what you really want to do is go ahead and pony up, get new rocker arm shafts. You can reuse the original cast aluminum studs. If you look, see the MMS IHV8. These are made by a company called Murphy's Motor Service out in Missouri. They're made in the USA by a very competent machinist, and you'll notice on all of them a little adjuster screw right here with a lock nut. So all of the balls for the ball and cup are actually adjustable. So you get a decent amount of adjustability out of these push rods. So as you're setting up this engine, preload is actually really light. I noticed the factory ones too. Like you can actually, on some of them, if they haven't pumped up yet, you can push down on them. So I think the preload is actually next to nothing, weirdly enough. Because when I had the stock rocker arms, you could actually push up and down on these things. It's weird. It's not like a Chevy where you crank it down and then do the quarter turn and all that. It's a weird setup. And I'll run it and see if it chatters or not, and then do a follow-up video. But if you go to like IH Parts America, you can buy rebushed and refurbished stock rocker arms. They'll hammer a new bushing in here and give you a new shaft. But then that still leaves the non-adjustability problem. For an extra couple $100, you can get these cast aluminum ones, which are adjustable and are also roller tipped, which is pretty sweet. And you'll notice there's actually stamping on here. See the 165, 172? So the ratio is actually a little bit higher than the factory rocker arm ratio, meaning even if you're running a stock cam, you get a little bit more lift. So you get a small bump in performance, you get adjustability, the reduced drag of a roller tipped rocker. So you spend the extra couple $100, you get an incredible advantage, and you solve the valve train chatter issue day one because it's fully adjustable now. So just something to consider for those of you who are, you know, restoring one of these International motors. I would personally suggest you pony up the cash and look up a company called Murphy's Motor Service, and they're out in Missouri. Till we meet again, stay gold.